2023 VStrom 800DE. They're going to replace the factory wind guard with a set of Barkbusters. When you get these Barkbusters, you want to make sure you get the correct bike-specific hardware. So it's BHG 114. That's the hardware specifically for the 800DE. In this kit, I just got the hardware. All right, the bars and the clamps. And then I bought the VPS plastic separately. All right, you're gonna get, here's the bar, here's the clamps, here's the hardware. They actually come with bar weights, but I'm gonna show you, I used the factory bar weights, most of them anyway. My hardware, or my packet didn't come with the instructions, so I just printed them off from barkbusters.net. You're gonna need a ratchet, a couple wrenches, Allen, well, if you have an Allen socket set or Allen keys, you're gonna need those to get this thing assembled. First thing we're gonna do, take off the mirror, unscrew this bar end, and then take off this plastic wind guard. Okay, when you take off your bar ends, the weights, all right, there's three pieces, okay? That inner weight, the bigger weight, and then of course, the bolt. You're not gonna use this bolt, and you're not gonna use this inner one. This is the one that Barkbusters gives you. I've elected to not use that. I'm gonna use the bigger weight that came with the bike, all right? As far as these other things go, these other weights, these bolts, the plastic handguard, I'd save those, all right? Keep them in a bag that this stuff came in, and when you go to sell the bike, you can give the next owner all of the factory parts. Like this is for my Hepco and Becker engine guards, the upper and the lower. So I keep the bag, I keep the instructions, I keep any bolts that I took out that were factory bolts. And that way, if I decide to take them off and sell them separately, if I sell the bike, so be it. But I think it's a good practice to keep all of the stock stuff that you replace with aftermarket stuff, keep it in a box, label it, and then when you're done with this bike, maybe you sell them separately, maybe you give them to the next buyer. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is take the bar, all right, and I'm gonna attach it to the end, and you put the bolt through here, and then again, I'm using the factory bar weight, all right, and just loosely attach it in there. Now, when you're trying to decide which bar is which, okay, it doesn't say right or left on it. This is supposed to angle up, okay? Angles up on both sides. If you had these flipped, it would be angling down, and that's wrong. So make sure you angle this up. Hand tighten that, so I got the bar weight, got the Barkbusters bar, and then the nut that was, or the bolt that was supplied in the kit, okay? When you open up your package and you see these clamps, you'll notice there are some grooves machined into these clamps, okay? Those should, when you have these together, the grooves should be on the same side, okay? So these now are on the inner half, and they should be closer to the center of the bike, all right? If I had these flipped upside down, the grooves would be to the outside. That's wrong, okay? You want them to the inside, all right? And then just kind of weave them in here a little bit between the brake lines, all right? And then you're gonna get this stem, okay? It's gonna go here, and mine, it's gonna angle up. So it's gonna be bolted in through there, through the clamps, all right? And it's gonna rise up a little bit, all right? Take one of the bolts. Okay. Kind of feed it through there if you can. You might have to loosen the clutch lever. Let's see if we can get this without doing that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here's the other one. Lightly tighten this bolt. Or nut, sorry. Okay, so those are kind of loose, so you can maneuver this around. All right. And then take this last bolt there, it goes through the back. All right. And screw it right into the stem. All right. Get on there. Now again, you may have to loosen the clutch lever or the brake lever, okay, to get this in there. But worked out okay. I kept it loose because of a couple reasons. You want to make sure that the fit's right, okay, that it's at the same plane as this one. And then I saw this post on stromtroopers.com talking about different handguards for the 800DE. And this one guy said he puts Teflon tape underneath this bar clamp. And that way, if you do ever bite it and the bike hits the ground right here on this, it'll have a tendency to slide, okay? He does it underneath not underneath the Barkbusters clamp, but underneath the brake and the clutch lever, okay? That way, if you do bite it and this goes and the ground hits your clutch lever, this Teflon tape will likely let it slide around the bar and not break. I think that's a good idea, so I'm gonna try it. So you just mark with a pencil where this is, take off the clamps for your clutch, put this on, reassemble, okay? And then as far as this goes, okay, make sure that it's, again, on the same plane as the other side, okay? That it's not interfering with any other lines, okay? This is metal, so it is a little metal to metal touch right there that I don't particularly like. We'll just kind of have to see how it goes and how the wear on this thing progresses. All right. Tighten everything up. I'm going to put some blue Loctite on this bolt and on this one. You don't need anything on these bolts because they have those nylon nuts. Put back your mirror, sit on the bike, adjust it if you need to, and then attach the plastic, which again, I went with the VPS plastics. All right, you can get the Storm or these other ones. This hardware kit works with Jet, Storm, VPS, Storm, and Carbon. All right, and this is what it looks like when it's all said and done. Looks pretty good. It's much better protection than this factory plastic trash. And a big reason that I decided to do this too is the buffeting on this bike is still a problem. So I picked up some mirror extenders from Adventure Tech, and I'm changing out those bulky stock wind guards for these slimmer ones and hoping that the wind buffeting settles down. I went on a big long trip to West Virginia a couple weekends ago, did 1,400 miles from Michigan down to Romney, West Virginia, and the buffeting, my ears rang for 3 days when I got home. So I'm doing whatever I can to try and fix that. All right, ride safe.